Hi everybody, it's Diane, and I know it's been a long time since I shot a video, but the reason why is, as you can see with my title of this video, I've recently had surgery, a pretty major surgery. I had a gastric bypass on April 29th, and I'm going to tell you how come I decided to have that done, because yeah, I'm overweight, but not extreme overweight, but I do have heart failure, and I needed to lose some weight, and it was almost impossible because with my heart failure, I was not able to exercise because I got so short of breath, but the weight needed to come off for my heart, so my doctor recommended weight loss surgery. So I went, I think it was the first week of January, that I went to see the surgeon, and we were going to do a gastric sleeve. And that was the plan all the way up until April 12th. And my surgery was scheduled on the 15th. No, it was April 11th, and my surgery was scheduled on the 15th. And my gastric emptying study, which everybody gets, came back that I had gastroparesis, which is very slow emptying of the stomach. And he said a gastric sleeve would be a disaster, and I would have to go with a bypass. And it really made sense because I've had stomach trouble since birth, and I never had a diagnosis. So now I got a diagnosis, and the surgeon was saying that reflux and gastroparesis would be cured with the bypass. So I went ahead and agreed to go with the bypass. So it had my surgery had to be postponed until the 22nd because they just didn't have, the bypass takes longer, and they didn't have enough time on the schedule that soon, to make room for a bypass. So they rescheduled me for a week later, which meant that my pre-op diet went for a week more. And then when the 22nd came, well, it was the Friday before. The 22nd was a Monday, and the Friday before, they called and they said, well, we're so sorry, but we had to do the whole pre-approval again with your insurance, and we haven't gotten the pre-approval back yet. So we have to extend it out yet another week for April 29, which means my pre-op diet had to go for another week. So my 2-week pre-op diet went for 4 weeks, and I did lose 20 pounds. But anyway, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the pre-op diet that this company or hospital goes with. It's not the all liquid, and I was really, really glad of that. It wasn't really too bad for the most part, but I did go ahead and give myself a cheat day twice. Each time it was canceled, I was just so aggravated that I let myself have a cheat day. But their pre-op diet is, you eat 4 times a day, and each time, like the first 3 times, you measure out 2 ounces of protein, some sort of meat. And then you have a cup of non-starchy vegetables. And of course you get a book with the proper meats and the proper vegetables that are allowed. And then the 4th meal, you have 3 ounces of protein and a cup of non-starchy veggies. And so that's the way it went, until your 2 days before your surgery. Then you go on clear liquids only and no coffee. So you have to just have clear liquids. Well, I think you could have coffee, you just couldn't have creamer in it. But anyway, everything clear liquids. And then, of course, nothing by mouth at midnight, the night before. So I did pretty good on that. But like I say, I did give myself a cheat day because I thought it's just not fair that they're stretching this out so long. So, but I still lost 20 pounds during the month of April. So anyway, here comes surgery day. Everything went fine. And I went in Monday the 29th, had the surgery, came home Wednesday afternoon on May 1st. And I did notice that for being a heart patient, congestive heart failure, they did not weigh me. Well, you're supposed to weigh every day, congestive heart failure patients, in case they get, too much fluid backed up or whatever. They hadn't given me any of my heart medications, my fluid pills. They had not given me any of that. Didn't weigh me. So anyway, when I got home, I wasn't feeling that great. And a couple hours after I got home, I could hardly breathe. And it felt like there was an elephant sitting on my chest. And I thought, I wonder what I weigh. Because, I weighed Monday before we went to the hospital. And I hadn't weighed since. I got on the scale and I had gained 10 pounds in 2 days. And it was all fluid. The whole time they had pumped me full of normal saline, a bag every 8 hours for the whole entire duration of my stay. Never weighed me, never gave me my medicines, nothing. So I called my PCP, and they, because I knew that the surgeon's office was closed and it'd be hard to get a hold of them. Anyway, my PCP said, you need to get to the ER right now. And I was exhausted. My husband was exhausted. And I said, do we really have to? Can I just take, my water pills and all that? And they said, no, you need to go to the ER right now. So off to the ER we went. And they did tests. They did a chest x-ray, and I can't remember if they did a CT that day or not, or maybe just the chest x-ray. Anyway, I can't remember, but come to find out, I had what they call pleural effusion, which is a collection of fluid in that pleural sac that surrounds your lungs. And that's why I felt that heavy weight on my chest, and it's why I couldn't breathe, because there was so much pressure from that water that my lungs couldn't expand as much as they were supposed to. So the doctor there, he was kind of put out that this surgeon took me off my heart meds and my fluid meds, and he says he had no business messing with those medicines, none. So he says, I'm going to have the nurse give you 80 milligrams of Lasix IV, and you go home, and if you don't pee it out, he says, you come back here because we'll have to put a chest tube in to drain that fluid. So they gave me the IV Lasix, and the ride home is about 25 minutes. And girls, I did not even make the ride home. When we were on our road, which is a backcountry road, thankfully, I'm telling you, I had to have my husband pull over in a private little place that's kind of like brushy, because my bladder was in so much pain from so much pee. And I thought I'd never quit going. Well, I finally did, and there was only 2 more miles till we got to our house. And I had to go bad again by the time we got to the house in 2 more miles. So needless to say, I was kind of Velcroed to the toilet for a while, but the next morning I was 8 pounds lighter. So it worked. I did not have to have a chest tube, thank God. And if we had not gone to the emergency room, I hate to think what would have happened to me in the night. Anyway, so that was, an emergency dodged right there. Then, okay, so that was Wednesday. I woke up Thursday, 8 pounds lighter. Thursday and Friday were pretty good. Saturday was, pretty good. Sunday, all of a sudden, I get the most horrific pain in my left side below the incisions. And because I did this laparoscopic, so I have 5 incisions across my belly. Anyway, and it was like a huge knife that had been in a bunch of coals, because it was like burning like fire as well, just was stabbing me and ripping me open. I felt, this is the way I explained it to the doctors, I felt like I was a pig being gutted while still alive and awake. That's exactly how it felt. And it was with every single slightest little bitty movement. If I was on my back in the bed or in the recliner, just perfectly still, it did not hurt. But with the slightest movements. So I was afraid I had a twisted bowel. So back to the hospital we go. And anyway, they did a CT and everything was fine. So they just sent me home. And the next day I called the surgeon's office and they gave me some muscle relaxer, which did not help 1 iota. And so then the next day I called her back and she just says, well, the nurse says, well, some people just have a better pain tolerance than others. which I didn't really care for because I've had numerous surgeries. I've had both of my feet completely reconstructed. I've had 3 natural childbirths. I'm not a wimp. This was like insane pain. Even the pain tablets that they had given me to take home were not doing anything. So that, you know, all I knew to do is just, you know, suck it up. So it's been a really, really painful week. And, you know, before the surgery, the surgeon had said that I could continue taking my Celebrex, even though it's an NSAID. Excuse me, I had to burp a little bit. Even though it's an NSAID, I could still take my my Celebrex. But then when I was discharged, it says to discontinue Celebrex, don't take it. Well, I knew that with the bypass, there's a chance of ulcers, you know, and that's probably why they didn't want me taking it. But I thought today, you know, I'm so desperate. I'm going to try taking a Celebrex and see if it doesn't help. And I still have pain. I still have to really be careful how I move. But that Celebrex has helped. I mean, I'm able to walk around better now. I do have an abdominal binder on, which, by the way, they did not give me at the hospital. My husband went up to the pharmacy and bought me one. And that has helped kind of like hold everything together so things don't move in my belly. And if I put my hand over that place that usually hurts with the binder on, I'm generally good as far as walking around. But now, getting up and sitting down, getting up from laying and laying down, those times it will just shoot right through me. Or if for some reason my leg jerks or there's some sort of sudden movement in my legs or my trunk or something, then I'll about hit the ceiling with pain. But hopefully it's just really, really irritated muscles and or nerves that will heal in time. I really hope so, because I am not, don't feel like living like this the rest of my life. No, if I knew that this is the kind of pain I would be in, having this bypass, I never would have done it. But if in a week, I went for a follow-up to my PCP yesterday, and he said he's pretty sure that in a week or two, I'll be 70 to 80% better. And I hope he's right, because if I knew the exact day I would feel good, I could just count down the days. And that would help me to keep going. But let me tell you, this has been an ordeal, a real ordeal. Now, let me tell you guys how it's been with post-op, with drinking and that sort of thing. Of course, I'm on, first you start out with the full liquids, and they start that in the hospital, and you get broth and Jello, popsicle, let's see, of course, ice water, tea, whatever. And I'm very, very thankful that I've had no nausea. Nothing like that. Nothing even close to an upset stomach. And it just seems like I can drink whatever I want, you know. And I don't have to take teensy-weensy sips. I mean, I try to remember to do that. But even in the hospital, there was a couple times when I gulped a couple times before I remembered, oops, you're not supposed to do that. Just little bitty sips. So, anyhow, I've been able to get all my water goals in without a problem. I'm able to get all my protein goals in without a problem. Because, let's see, it was Friday of last week when I started full liquids, and full liquids can include your protein shakes and yogurts and pudding, sugar-free pudding, and cottage cheese. So I just had cottage cheese today for the first time. But anyway, yeah, I'm able to drink the shakes just fine. To me, they taste good. So getting the protein has not been a problem. Getting enough fluids has not been a problem at all. Now Monday, I start phase 3. What phase 3 is, it's like the baby food consistency of all your meals. So I can have chicken, turkey, ham, or roast beef, ground, and then with some yogurt added and a little mayo added and some dill relish added, and then just, you know, puree that all together. And that's, I know it sounds gross, but that's going to be, you know, the main course, and then a really soft vegetable. For this phase, they recommend canned because it's been pressure cooked, and it is super soft. So green beans, carrots. I'm even going to see about maybe a little bit of cauliflower and broccoli, as long as I cook them extra long, you know, to where they're, and just eat the floury part, not the stems. I might try that. But anyway, so Monday will be phase 3. I'm looking forward to that, having a little bit of more taste besides just milk-based shakes and stuff. But so as far as the diet, it's been good. I do get a little bit hungry now and then, but it's nothing like pre-surgery hunger. It's just different. It's just like a little bitty twinge or twang or whatever. But anyway, please, if you're the praying type, pray for me with this pain, that it will be resolved. If this pain could go away, I mean, I could do so many things. My rose bushes are blooming out there, and I've been wanting to go out there and take pictures and look, and my husband took some pictures for me, but it's just not the same, you know. They're so pretty, and the weather's been beautiful. I just love to be able to get out and do something, but I just can't, the way the pain is. But praise the Lord, it has been better today, and I'm just going to hope and pray it continues to get better. I will keep you posted about how my journey goes. As I get a few more videos, I'll have a separate, what would you call it, playlist made on my gastric bypass journey. So, and so far, I've lost 25 pounds altogether. So anyway, we will see you next time. And coming up next, I've got my Allure Beauty box I'm about to unbox for you. And also I have my ice cream beauty box that I'm going to unbox for you. So I will see you in those videos next. Bye.